Ian, do those clothes fit you or him?
The ones that I got are still in the car.
Ah,
I'm not going up there yet.
yeah, my live just started, so I'm not going out there right yet.
I will wear them tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to have Ian go out and grab them. Okay, folks. So sorry about that. Just sharing things out, see what's going on. See if anybody got anything for the Christmas holiday as of today. I do got a little bit of information that I'm not really going to show the picture of, but those who would like to know already know. Ian got his first squirrel today. So Ian is on the ball, and I wasn't with him when he went. So did all on his own. We went out to visit my in-laws over in Red Oak. We went out to dispatch a possum that was in the area. Turns out Ian got squirrel instead, and that was an experience of learning how to relearn how to clean a squirrel. It's been a while since I've done it, but it got done, and a whole bunch of other stuff happened along the way. My knee hurts like hell. There's that. So whether anybody else shows in here or not, I don't know. We're going to try to find out. So I'm hoping that someone shows up today. Sorry about that, folks. I'm just trying to get things figured out.
Jason's not on.
Jason said he wasn't going to be on. He had some things he had to take care of.
Oh,
It's
because he's still feeling crap.
Yeah, he is that, and it is Christmas.
Yep.
So I know that some people were in. So, folks, I'm just, what you see is what I got for Christmas is right this. I did get some stuff, but I don't think it's going to fit me because it's going to be way too small. I don't think I'm going to be an extra large for years to come, hon.
Well, we'll find you.
I'm sure you will, but I'm okay with that. I mean, the clothes were awesome, though I opened up yours. Hey, Drops, how you doing, brother? Glad you could make it. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you follow. Hope yours is doing well for you and yours. Mine is we're okay. We just got home not too long ago. Ian got to go squirrel hunting today, and he got his own first squirrel. But he's still a little squeamish about cleaning them. But that's going to have to change. If you can dispatch it, you can clean it. Oh, I can understand that. That's what you do for fun. That's what you do for making money. That's nothing wrong with that. Not my cup of tea, mind you. Me right now, I'm just like, we just got home from the in-laws and just hanging out. Oh, I can understand that. If that's the money you want to make use to, do to make fun money, that's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not making funny money, that's a whole different topic. Making funny money is a bad idea. Right, love? Give me a second. I gotta reach down here. Grab something. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, I gotta put that. I have to do it again. Well, congratulations on your retirement then. I go in for my knee surgery in February, so that's going to be fun to see what happens. I'm just, I'm not sure how I'm showing 3. Whoever's here, say hi, please. Let's see here. What kind of banners can I do here? Style? Is there anything on style? I don't know. Let's see here. Today's not my normal day because Jason's not on today because it is Christmas. So hopefully somebody will be showing up soon. No, this is not through the VA. My hearing is through the VA. My back is through the VA. This knee is through a different company altogether. It was Iowa Ortho. But yeah, they were doing a full knee replacement in February. So there's that. But actually, I've never had any major issues with the VA. Have you, hon? As Jenny and I are both veterans, we've never had a lot of issues. I think it depends on the VA in your area that you're in. Here, it's not so bad. We actually have some good reps that are even in here in the city of where I'm from, so that's not too bad either. Cliff says, I'm not going to be there. Sorry, I'm already done with this day. I said, that's okay. No worries, Cliff. I know you're all Christmased out from long ago in a galaxy far, far away. He doesn't do Christmas. Oh, I'm not muted. I'm just being quiet. I was doing stuff. I shouldn't be muted any way, shape, or form. I was when I read and stuff, I don't talk. I just get things done. Cliff's not going to be here today. He is all Christmased out. I'm pretty much done myself. But we're going to be celebrating our holiday later next month when we have more time and money to do so.
Next week.
Okay, hon. What else? What is next week?
New Year's.
Which is when?
Next Wednesday.
And what is Wednesday?
Dang.
The first of next year. Technically. Sorry, I mean,
Being a butt.
it's being a technical kind of person, but I'm not wrong. But it's funny that way. For a few guys who haven't seen me in a while, this is I've rearranged the living room a bit. This is my new backdrop. I got to put up a new archery bow holder up there, which people call it a gun rack. This is my bow rack. Yeah, I got 3 different bows up here. This one here, this one here. That's my newest one right there, and my other one up there. So, got a new bow for just a little over $100 from Amazon. It's not bad. It's called a Deer Seeker, 55-pound draw, left-handed. I want to try this. I was going to use it to set up for a bow fishing setup, but it turned out that it doesn't quite fit my bow, my bow fishing reel and stuff. But it does fit my takedown longbow, which is the one right there. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works. I'm trying to see what kind of settings I got in here because I got some stuff here I'm not. I don't want any backgrounds. So I hope you got something cool for Christmas and everything. Hey, Tyler, how you doing, brother? Glad you can make it. I got news for you. You might be interested in finding out that Ian got his first squirrel today. And it tested my limits on remembering how to skin a squirrel properly. I haven't done it in a very much long time. I'm trying to do it while standing on one leg up against the wall where I was using for a cleaning station. I got halfway through the squirrel before I realized how to do it, better. It's just been so freaking long, and I want to get one of those squirrel skinner things that you were talking about the other day. I don't know where to get one. If you do know, please let me know. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to come up to on top, talk to me up here. The link's at the top of the chat. Got plenty of room up here. Clip's not going to be here today, and Jason's not going to be here today because Jason's got family obligations to do, and Cliff does not do Christmas stuff. So I'm just going to talk about what Ian got. So we were going to try to get rid of a rogue possum that's been eating the cat food at my in-laws' house, and we went out for that, and Ian came back with a squirrel. He used a 22. So that's good. I've got a picture of it, but I'm monetized. I don't want to get in trouble for it. Squirrel skinners. Okay. Where'd you get yours from? Ooh, that's a lot of money. I got to find, let's see, where do I get one? Hey, Rob, how you doing, brother? Thank you glad you could make it. Let me see what I can do here. I got find my phone. Oh, here comes Drops. How you doing, sir?
How's it going?
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah, I want to talk about business with you.
I don't really talk about a lot of business, sir. You know that.
Yes, I know that, but when you're talking about the VA and all the stuff, my dad could have gone there. I could have gone there. I don't. But a certain point is that, sir, I really don't trust them. And
well, everybody has their good experiences and their bad experiences. It depends on the area that they're from.
Okay, but I want to talk about business with you. Okay.
I wish we wouldn't, to be honest. I want to try to keep things light and easy because I mean I'm not here to think about a lot of stuff today. If that's okay, I just need to relax.
Well, that's
You
fine.
know, I mean, especially since I'm really proud of my boy getting his first squirrel today.
Oh yeah. How did you skin it?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get a squirrel skinner. I did it by hand, but I hadn't done one in over 20 years. And my dad had a board that he had set up with nails and stuff, but I have not done one personally. I watched him do it about 1,000 times. Yeah, he had me do one, but I used his skinning board that he had. I don't have one currently.
It's pretty
So
much like you do a rabbit, except for you do the vertical slice instead of the horizontal slice.
yeah, there's what he got right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give him a part of the picture because I don't want my rifle to be shown.
Yeah, I get it. But you do a vertical slice instead of horizontal slice on those, because certain fact is the rabbit, like you just do horizontal slice, and then when you pull the skin straight off, the ears and
Well, I
everything
peeled
else.
it, but it's just gutting is a little different than rabbits.
Yeah,
Uh,
you do it from vertical instead of horizontal.
yeah, and
And
getting around, it's a lot tougher than rabbit too. I mean, it took a lot of strength to pull that skin it. That's for sure.
yeah, somewhat, yes, but that's true. I've skinned a few squirrels. They're pretty tasty too. Got a
Well,
few
we
recipes.
plan on getting some more, but Ian was actually out for trying to find a big fat possum that was eating my in-laws' outdoor cat food.
Yeah, well, you know what? I have a possum named Crypto. Her name's Crypto.
Ah,
And she
well,
eats with the outside cats. So
well,
don't
this one
skin my
here
cat.
is a big male, and he literally was this big around and that long, body-wise, not including tail.
What's long to you?
Well, you've seen how big my cat Mac is, right?
Clarify.
I'll show you.
Because if you're talking about a Norwegian forest cat, yeah, they're about the size of half the size of a cougar.
Well, this is Mac,
Okay.
bigger than him.
Yeah, Tank's a little bit bigger than that. She's pretty
Yeah,
big.
yeah. This one is I mean, literally, he was that big around.
Is that a
And
coon? A coon cat?
no, if it wasn't a coon, it was a possum.
Hmm.
And my in-laws wanted me to. They tried to dispatch it. It didn't dispatch. So they said we had a right to go do that. So we went to go dispatch it. And it disappeared on us. But Ian decided to be out when he was out walking around. He found some squirrels and started bringing some squirrels down. So,
Yeah.
and he got his. We're using a 22, so we didn't have anything like super ultra powerful or anything, but it did the job for the squirrel.
At least
Now,
22 ammo is cheap. I mean, my
yeah.
ammo costs like over $1 a piece. No, these
Well,
from a pistol.
the thing
But
is, if you're going for squirrels and rabbits, you don't need to do very much.
no,
That's the whole point of it in the first place.
well, jackrabbits, good luck on a 22. Trust me, they're too
I
fast.
haven't really seen any. Hey, Blake, how you doing?
Yeah.
Ajax, if you could find me the link for that that Skinner thing for the squirrels, I would love to find it. I can't find it on here.
You basically
Um,
take a rock and cut them vertically instead of horizontal like a rabbit.
well, no, it's something that holds it in place while you can keep your hands free while you're doing all that stuff. I was trying to do everything one-handed, and my knee brace fell off my leg when I was trying to do this. As I've
Oh,
lost
you had your phone in your hand?
no, I was trying to my knee brace fell off my leg because I've lost 40 pounds in the last couple months, and my clothes don't fit as well as you can imagine.
Well, that might be a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. But the thing is, trying to hold my pants up, trying to skin a squirrel, and leaning up against a wall it's not conducive to doing everything efficiently.
Oh, come on, Colin. We could have put that on OnlyFans.
My pants almost went down past my butt. That would have been funny for everybody else, but not so much for me when I'm trying to do stuff. And my hands were bloody since I couldn't pull my pants up.
Well,
didn't.
you're looking at a new venture now, like OnlyFans for that. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Now I can show off the squirrel that now that it's processed, but I just it's in the freezer right now because I rinsed it off when I got home and everything else, and it's now
Okay, it's officially announced. Colin wants to open a channel called OnlyFans called Show My Squirrel.
no. It's not my squirrel. This is Ian's squirrel. Now,
I'm just being funny with you.
I understand. Just the thing is, I want to be able to set up, get where if we get more squirrels, it'll be a little bit more efficient way of doing it. I mean, I remembered how to do it halfway through because my dad had a thing set up with nails back in the day before they got really fancy 3D printed. We're talking about 30
It's
some
called
years ago.
row your boat. That's what it is. You
Huh?
put a bunch of nails on a stick line, and then you just rub it back and forth until you skin it up, and then you can pull it apart.
I'm not exactly sure how it was done because my dad made it himself, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm an
It's
old
something
cowboy.
my grandpa came up with in the uh so it was
Yeah,
like 1946 or 7.
yeah.
Right.
Well, I got a bunch of old folks buried over there in Montana since 1834, and we had a big ranch out there, several ranches actually, and you skin a squirrel with just take a little square board and you put a bunch of nails through it, and then just scrape it on the inside of the thing.
Well, I
Squirrel.
think he nailed the the legs and hands to a certain part and then he just did the cuts,
Yeah,
and then
that's hard work.
you use two hands to pull it down with both hands.
That's too much work.
Well, the thing is, that's the way he did it, and he can get one done in 5 minutes, no issues.
Yeah.
And me, it took about 30 because I'm trying to remember how to do something I haven't done in like at least 20 years.
Well, you know what? I probably haven't done that in 20 years. Probably haven't done any cattle wrestling in 20, 30 years.
You wrestled cattle? You admitting this on a live stream?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to bring them out. We used to live on a ranch in Montana. I used to have to bring out the cattle out of the forest and stuff when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
And half of them weren't branded. You didn't know. Okay.
Well, we don't do that. We're just going stuff just enough put meat in the freezer. That's
Right.
what our
Well,
thing is. We're meat hunters. We're not trophy hunters or anything like that. And we don't wrestle things. We actually Ian has his hunting license, and we have
yeah,
permission
yeah,
to do
yeah.
like
But,
we did
back in the old days when I was a kid, lived on a
back in
ranch.
the 1830s.
No, no, no. Much older vampire than that. Thank you.
Yeah,
But
Jenny saying dinosaurs still roam the earth.
yeah, probably. But anyways, when I was a kid, I used to get up on the haystack and ride the horses when I was a kid, there in Montana, right?
I didn't do
We,
anything with hay other than we dealt with corn since we're from Iowa.
well,
Born and raised.
well,
We did a lot of Iowa things.
yeah, well, there's a lot of mountains where I used to live out there
No
in
mountains here.
the ranch out
A
there in
lot of
Montana.
corn.
I grew up on a ranch and a farm basically until I was like 12 years old. So I got up and rode horses and I did cattle and all that other
We didn't
stuff.
have any of that with us because we were literally dirt poor. We can't afford things like that. That was out
No,
of my dad
no,
lived in a tar paper roof house with his 10 siblings and
well,
his parents
back then we were dirt poor too. We used to
back
have
in
to
the
grow.
40s, right
We used
after
to
the
have
war.
we used to have to drop seeds in the ground when I was 5 years old as a kid because we had to grow at least an acre garden just to feed the family.
My
Okay.
grandma and grandpa did the same. And
Yeah.
they had carte blanche saying if you can catch it while fishing, you brought it home. If you can hunt it and brought it home, because they didn't care where the food came from, but they got put on the table and eaten by whoever showed up to the table.
Well, that's what we did, but
Did
I'm
your
just trying.
mom and dad stop counting kids?
Well, they got up to
She
four.
counted faces, and if there was a hungry face at the table, she fed it.
There was four at the table.
Well,
Um,
my grandma had 11, and yeah, they said she stopped counting after 5. But if they were at the table and it was dinner time, they got fed.
That's
There
pretty
could have
much
been
it.
more. She didn't count.
Pretty much it. The folks didn't eat until we got fed.
Yeah. I was going to ask Blake if he's got anything for cleaning squirrels and stuff. I mean, I know the basics and I've done it for, but I'm better with rabbit than I am for squirrel because rabbits are easy to, they peel like a banana. But
Yep.
squirrels are a little tougher. I was lucky that it was still warm when I was doing it, which made things a lot easier. It was definitely male. I can tell you that. But he was huge, probably a couple pounds, just cleaned out easy. Bigger than the rabbit that we got. A lot more bony though. Definitely that. Ian tried to keep the hide and stuff, but I told him no because I don't know how to process the hide. And I
Well,
don't.
Blake, tell him how to do a squirrel because he won't listen to me. Uh-huh.
Well, the thing is, I don't plan on doing any more than just cleaning it, putting it in my freezer until we cook it. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm not keeping the hide. I'm just, like I said, I'm a meat hunter. That's all I am. I don't believe in trophies. I might use the deer antler for making knife handles or something, but that's about it.
Well, yeah, you can use the bone on them after they harden up. You can't use them when they're young.
For flint napping,
Well, they're
I know
mostly
someone who
velvet.
does that. That's Blake.
They're velvet and spongy when they're young. You want at
Right.
least the 2 or 3 point. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, I mean, you don't for flint napping, you don't need very many points for that. A spike buck would work just as well as anything else.
Nah, you really want a 2 or 3 point for hard bone.
Well, it depends on if it's after the velvet's gone. But as long as it's hardened, that's all that matters. But the person who should answer this is someone who actually does the flint napping, which is Blake. He knows best if that's what he does.
Oh, he just answered you, I think, or Rob did.
That's Rob. Prep the skull. The skull and everything is gone. Cut the head off. It's all gone.
I've been hunting deer and elk and moose since I was 16, 15, 14 years old.
The thing is, I don't have a need for that much meat all at once because, for one, there's too many hunters here in Iowa. While there's no elk, they do get moose here from time to time. But whitetail deer is common, as you already know, because they're corn fed, so that means they're
they're pretty damn small too because they're like
they're not small here.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not. You want to talk about small? Look at the deer over in California. Those are small.
Do you see a 200-pound doe walking through the fields?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, serious.
I've never seen them.
You're not here, are you?
No, I've been there before, but I've never seen them that big.
They grow big here.
Because I've seen the doe beer. They actually just they're about 200 pounds, easy for a doe that's like 2 or 3 years old out in the West.
They don't hunt doe here that often. They do have doe, tags you can get and stuff like that. Antlerless tags, but I've seen really, really big does. Bucks are even bigger.
Well, that's pretty big because actually out here in Arkansas, where I live right now,
like I said, they're corn fed. So, and especially in Iowa, we have a lot of corn, soybeans, you name it. We've got it.
Yeah, you fatten them up.
A lot more than Montana.
Well,
you might have more of the hard stuff like acorns and other things like that.
Oh no! In Montana, they're much bigger. But over in Arkansas, I'm talking about Arkansas right now.
Oh, Arkansas is different. I don't know much about Arkansas. Other than you guys got some really nice rainbow trout down that way.
They're about the size of a large dog out here.
That sounds like the ones I seen over in California when I was stationed over in Monterey.
Yeah.
At the Presidio there. Yeah, they were no bigger than the windowsill.
But some of them out there in Montana, I'm telling you.
Hey, Doug.
I'm telling you, some of that Montana, I've seen some does 200, 250 pounds. I've seen elk over 1,200 pounds. I've seen
elk. Like I said, we don't get here.
Yeah,
I mean, if they did, they're coming down from Wisconsin. So,
yeah, 230 pounder in Michigan, a 15 pointer. Yeah, that's about the size of a doe over there in Washington State.
Well, Ajax is saying there's about 230
I know,
for $1. So it's
I
pretty.
know,
It's
but
not bad size.
that's a mule deer over there in Washington State, about 200 pounds, but she's only about 3 years old.
I don't know about age. Like I said, I'm not a deer hunter because too many people here hunt deer, and because it's always coinciding with the small game hunting that I'm already doing, and I'm not fighting for territory just on land that I can't get access to. You know what I mean? And my game replenishes itself faster than a deer does. So that's
Right. I'm just saying the size of the deer.
I'm going by a numbers game, and I'd rather have something that replenishes faster for me. That which means I can put more in my freezer without having to fight for the territory. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I understand, but if you
I
go,
understand the prestige about saying, "Oh, I got a nice buck" and everything.
no, I'm
Anything for
not
me.
talking about that. I'm talking about the size of the deer. The size of the deer out there in Washington State, Montana,
Ajax says Ohio's got some big deer.
not really.
We
Not
could ask
200
Evan.
pounds.
Oh, Evan might know. He does some hunting out there, so he's from Ohio. He's a fireman out there now. I'm not sure if you remember Evan.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, was originally one of the youngest people who used to come in on my channel.
He was
But
like 17 at the point.
yeah,
right?
now he's like 20,
Oh, that's good.
and he's like 6'4", 6'5" now.
They grow up fast, don't they?
Oh, he was already taller than everybody here anyway.
Yeah, I'm almost 16.
Even you. I know you're tall, but he's taller.
I know. It doesn't
And
matter.
he's been all over the world. He's been to Japan, dude. He's been over there learning how to speak Japanese.
I've been to
But
Japan. I've been.
I know you have, but the thing is, at 17, you don't hear about a lot of 17-year-olds just heading over there. You know?
Yeah, well, I've been all over the world, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, probably there, Ajax. And Rob says we're on advert number 2. The record is 26, I think, in a single stream. So, okay, oh man, I need to get some ibuprofen, guys. My knees are really, really killing me.
You gonna have transplants on both of them?
Just one. I'm putting titanium in my left knee because the ACL is gone and my meniscus is gone. So
did you try any collagen?
They won't pay for anything like that because
No, you can buy it over the counter.
Now the thing is, it's damaged at work. They got to pay for it. I'm not living my life injured when they are responsible for it.
Just don't get the hips because my mother got the hip thing, and
I'm not doing hips. I'm just doing my
they're
knees.
more painful. They're more painful than
mine's. Just titanium replacements. Now my right one will eventually probably need to be replaced too, but right now I just got that one. I got to go get some ibuprofen. I'll be right back. So I'll just say ibuprofen is up to the counter in the bathroom still.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they look like big dogs, little dogs, Alex. I'm saying around here they're not that much bigger. The doe deer over there in Washington, Montana, Oregon, stuff like that. The does around there are just like the buck deers. They're like 200 or 300 pounds, and some of the males are even bigger. I mean, God, some of them are like 400 or 500 pounds. Just to be honest with you. And some of the elk there, and I've seen 15-foot moose over there in Washington State that was just picking leaves off the top of a 20-foot tree for fun. Wish I had a truck and a winch to hold them.
Okay, here's my answer for why the deer are so small in Florida, Doug. Because the crocodiles or alligators, whatever you have down there, keep on eating the big ones. That's my only answer.
Yeah, they're just small.
I mean, literally, they look like big dogs over in California where I was stationed.
Actually, over there,
The ones in Germany were a little weird, though.
The buck does over there in Washington State and Northern California and some parts, they're big.
Mine was mid California, where Monterey is.
Yeah.
I say, okay, Ajax says his Mississippi's are really small. Yep, like this, like the ones I saw.
Yeah, they're too
Oh,
big here in
Ajax is
Arkansas.
challenging you, dude, because he said, yeah, "Come up here and I'll show you what big deer are."
Yeah. I lived in Washington State. I lived in Montana. I lived in Idaho. Okay, I know what they look like. Okay, you don't need to tell me.
Thing
I
is, most people think you need to get like 2 or 3 deer in order to be, have enough meat. If you have the right deer, one deer will cover your family for a whole year.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're looking at an average a buck meal deer over there in Washington State, 200 pounds pretty much. That's on the hoof, but that's they'll fill up half your freezer. You've got
Oh
a
yeah, if you happen to get I do know that a moose will uh, pre-processed weight is over a ton.
oh geez, it weighs more than that.
I said over. I didn't say exact.
Yeah, a
I
moose.
don't because I don't know the exact average weight of a
It
of a.
depends on where you get it at, but probably 2,200 pounds, and you get it off the hoof, and maybe about
You can
1,800
feed
pounds.
pretty much a small town with that.
Yeah, pretty much. You can fill up a 20 cubic foot freezer with that and more.
A 17-point buck about 2 miles from you. Okay, that's pretty good size. Well, the thing is that doesn't really tell me size, but points don't say much about weight to me because I can't, unless I see it, I can't put it together.
Well, I'm a Montana boy. I grew up hunting elk, deer, and moose. Okay, and they're pretty huge over there. In
Well, I
fact,
know moose are because we actually had some moose get here in Iowa before, coming down from
yeah.
Wisconsin.
Well,
And
you talk about grizzlies. They're still up there in the north part of Montana, and some of them get 12, 14 feet tall. And when they stand up, you're gonna be scared to hell. Okay.
well, we get bear here too, for the same reason we get moose because they come down from Wisconsin,
Yeah,
and it's in
and
the one area I like to go backpacking. So
you're
this is
you're
props. Come
you're,
on
you're
up, Tyler. I need you up here.
yeah,
I mean, he hunts more than I do. I am not a regular hunter. I'm usually a bow hunter, and that's a little different than most.
I'm a bow hunter. I'm actually hunted with my 300 Magnum. That'll take on a bear, a moose, whatever. But it depends what part of the country you're in. What you get.
Well, Ajax, you know more than me. I mean, like I said, I am not a big game hunter because I'm a firm believer in putting meat on the table faster than me trying to wait around and fight 15 other hunters for the same deer because they're
And
because
average weight for a moose is between 1,100 and 1,500 pounds. That's for a doe. That's not for a bull moose, ever, unless you got some retarded mooses over there. 2,200 pounds is for an average male moose. I'm
no,
sorry.
it says average weight for a bull moose is 12 and 1600.
No, good luck on that one over there in the West.
The females are
You're going to tell me a
8 to
15 foot.
13.
You're going to tell me a 15-foot moose is going to be uh, 2,000 pounds? I don't think
This
so.
is from the Alaska Department of
I
Fish and
don't give
Game.
I don't give a crap. They got little mooses over there. You go over to the Northwest, they got some really big mooses over there, big ones. I mean, this thing was like 15 feet plus tall. Just average looking at it. It was sitting there picking the leaves off a tree that was like 20, 25 feet tall. Okay. And it was huge. It would never fit in the back of my pickup truck. Not a 1500. Never.
Well, according to Montana, Fish and Game, it's the same weight that I just mentioned.
Yeah, good luck to them because, when I was a kid, I went down and hunt the damn things, and we had to take 6 pack mules with us to pack it up and everything with my
Oh,
dad.
I can believe they 1,800 pounds is that's like
That's off
extreme.
the hoof. That's not on the hoof. Okay. When you carve that thing up, you got to carve it up quick. You got to have some really sharp knives. And back then, we didn't have SUVs or AVDs or whatever you call the little vehicles that are like, vehicles that you could drive around. And even those, you would need several of those to haul moose around. I'm sorry,
So,
but that's not the truth.
yeah, according to the one of the Fish and Game places, the largest moose on record shot in 1897 that weighed 1,800 pounds.
Lies.
I'm just going by what it says.
Yeah, well, history's a lie. Give me a break.
No,
I've seen them in 2,300 pounds, almost 2,500 pounds. Okay, trust me, I've
I'm
done
just
it.
going by what it says.
I'm only 60 years old. What the hell I know? They lie to
I'm
you.
just, like I said, I'm going by what official records that's
Uh,
been measured.
yeah, I'd like to take them out there and shoot one of them and see what they think.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't hunt big game. I am a small
I
game hunter because I mean, to me, like I said, and I've maintained this, going after small game that replenishes itself faster is more economical than trying to get the one big, animal, which you're not likely to. You're not. The average is against you of getting it with the amount of
Yeah,
hunters
yeah,
there.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna trust Google, right? Okay, okay. I know that actually that me and my old man shot a moose back when I was 15. It was almost 2,700 pounds. So kiss my ass. Okay,
Hey,
on the record, and that was on the hoof. When we got home with the 6 pack mules and 2 riding horses, yeah, that's what it weighed out to be. And then we skinned it and all that other crap and cured it and all that stuff.
like I said, I'm not
Right
a
on
big
bang.
game hunter. That's not my thing. I just stick with the small game because, like I said, it replenishes faster, and you're more likely to find it than 6 other guys
Come
going
on
at
up here,
15.
come up here and contradict me because how many of you
Hey,
actually gone out and
stops,
done a moose? Done
drops.
moose.
Take it down a notch, please. My
How many
channel,
people?
take it down a notch. You're getting
Colin,
defensive. I'm
Colin,
asking you nicely.
Colin, how many people I actually hunted a moose and bagged one, 1 or 2 or
I
3?
know of at least 2, and one of
Okay.
my buddies is from Alaska, but he won the lottery to be able to do that because they have a lottery to see who can actually get it. And the other person, she actually got her a small moose, about 1,300 pounds, but she was feeding her village up that way.
Right, but I'm not contradicting that. I'm just telling you life history.
You asked me if I knew. These are I know at least 2 people that I know personally. So I
Okay.
don't contradict you or anybody else. I'm just trying to say you're getting a little bit riled. Take it down a notch. It's Christmas, please chill. And like I said, I'm more about small game than anything else because it's for the average person. That's all you need. You don't need to go overboard. You don't need to go because more likely than not, if you don't eat it, it's just going to go to waste. And wasting food is worse than anything else, as you already know. It's like someone who cans about 1,000 jars of stuff and it all spoils. You don't want that to happen.
Well, the one
You
thing
only do as much as you can eat.
I do like is I like elk a lot. I don't like deer, to be honest with you.
Okay, you're scaring my people off, drops. I don't
Okay,
like that.
I'll drop off then because if they don't want to hear the truth, that would be fine with me. Let's drop off. So how did I do that?
And like I said, I try to take it. I'm trying to keep it civil. And
Yeah, well, you know what? They don't want to hear the truth. I don't want to hear the truth
hey,
from them.
that's fine. Thank you for
I mean,
coming in. I really appreciate it.
Colin, I really love you. You're a good friend.
I try to
But
keep it civil for everybody. You know that.
yeah, but I don't want to hear bull crap from people. So that's why I leave studios. And you know what? God bless you and Merry Christmas. And I hope the best
You
for
have a
you.
good year too. If I don't catch you then,
And I hope you get your hip fixed. Okay.
I don't need my hips, just my knees. My hips are fine. The only things
Yeah,
that are
well,
bad is my hearing, my back, my knees, and my hands, and my blood pressure, and my
okay.
ears. But that's I can't do anything about those.
Yeah, well, I'm much older than you and I have no problems. So think about a healthy diet. But my brother, I love you. Take care. Bye.
Be well, brother. Okay. I hope, Rob, if you're still there, please don't go. If you guys want to come up, I really would love to have you come up. We can talk some other stuff because it does get a little riled, and I like to keep things on the even keel. If you want to come up, please do. I mean, like I said, I could show you the squirrel that Ian got, which I'm really proud of him to do. I got a full video. Well, crap, I'm gonna do it anyway. Give me a second. I'm gonna find my phone. I'm gonna do it quick, so please bear with me, folks. 1, 2, 3, boom. That's it. If you missed it, let me know. But he did the traditional hunting pose with his his I'm not sure what do you want to call it, prize, his deal. We'll figure it out. If you're still here, please put a 1 in the chat. I really, really appreciate to let me know you're still here. I'm gonna say hi to Molly, say hi to Rob, say hi to Tyler, say hi to who else is here? Blake, if you're still here. Doug, say hi. I'm happy. Merry Christmas to you guys. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Drops, I appreciate you too. So thank you for coming up. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to make sure everything's on a nice, even keel, because that starts to grate my nerves a little bit. So just trying not to overdo everybody. Tyler, did you know where I can? Oh, okay. I understand. Do you have one of those 3D printed deals, Ajax? I really like to see what they look like and how you use one. I mean, I know you talked about one, but I've never really used one. Like I said, my dad had a board with nails on it, so I don't know what the difference is between what he had over 20 years ago compared to what is used nowadays. And thank you for being here, Molly. I really appreciate it. Jenny is right there. Ian's in his room, which is back that way. Just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm okay with that.
I was getting ready to leave the room.
Jenny was getting a little stressed. Hey, Took, how you doing? Yeah, I've heard about that one. That's I don't know big game, guys. I have never reputed myself to be a big game hunter because I'm a firm believer in the small game hunting, because for everybody and their grandmother is always going after the big game. And my uncle was a big game hunter. I mean, he hunted bear as well as deer and moose and elk and all that other stuff. His nickname was Daniel Boone, literally, because his name was Daniel. And I from a firm believer, everything from, I would, if I got a deer, it'd be awesome, but it's not my main viewpoint. I get to go from turkey all the way down to squirrel. And like I was talking to you, Ajax, earlier, Tyler, whatever, I can't remember everything. I only saw the little bit on your video about that squirrel skinner thing. I don't plan on tanning hides. I don't know anything about that. But anything I do to help process the squirrel, the rat, whatever, faster, I'm all for. Now, Ian got his first squirrel today. Just to let you know. I mean, I'll do a quick show again of his squirrel that he got with the 22. Quick and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything quick and
Problem with recycling.
okay. So Merry Christmas to you, Took. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the information. I can understand that. Like I said, I mean, I've never dealt with moose. I've traveled from coast to coast, and well, I can never say I've seen a moose in person, so I can't say that. I have seen elk in the distance. I've seen lots and lots of whitetail. We've seen like 5 or 6 of them tonight on the way home. Jenny probably seen more because I actually she lived over in Red Oak, which is in southeast Iowa, and they got some big deer there. And I will say this, and I'm very proud to say this: Iowa deer get big. If anybody's who's been here, understand how big Iowa deer get. I've had deer come up to me when I'm turkey hunting. Not the season I'm going for, but they've come pretty much snout to face to me on those. Thank you, Ajax. I really appreciate it. If you know how much they're going to cost, let me know. I'd really want to do it. If I could do a trade, I'd rather do a trade. But if it's a small, insignificant cost, I would greatly appreciate it. Because anything that would makes my way of doing things easier, I am all for it. Also, on that note, when you process rabbit, squirrel, whatever, what kind of knife do you prefer to use? Only thing I have is a Mora that I'd rather, it was the sharpest one I own. And I just try to process it as quickly, as efficiently as I knew how to do. And normally when my dad processed it, he was outside. He had a table set up that just for that purpose, that he could run water through and rinse off the game as he processed it. And yeah, I don't have any of that here. And I definitely did not have that there at my in-laws' house. So yeah, I'll take any and all advice I can get. Now, the person who really needs it all this is the guy who actually got the dang thing, which is he's in there. And I'm going to have to call him in here. Hey, bud. Ian. Would you come here, please? He got quiet all of a sudden. He probably heard me. He didn't say anything. Well, I bet. Yeah. We get 3 different colors here in Iowa. We get black, we get red, and we got gray. Now, apparently, somewhere in Iowa, we actually have some small flying squirrels. They're not, you can't hunt them, obviously, but they do have them here. Now, personally, I wouldn't mind just capturing one and having one for a pet or something like that, because I think that'd be kind of cool. But I have a feeling our cats would probably try to kill it. But yeah, it was a male squirrel, and he was just huge. Ian got him with a body shot with a 22. Now, his rate of fire sucks, by the way. Overkill kind of thing, but he did it. Hey, how you doing, brother? You weren't on, so I decided to go on, so bear with me here. You're more than welcome to come up, Jason, if you're up for it. You don't have to if you don't feel it. That's perfectly fine. Cliff is not going to be here because he is all Christmased out. But that may change. Who knows? He might be listening for all I know. Blake, if you're still here, please put a 1 in the chat. I'd really like to talk to you, brother, because I have some questions. Ajax, if you have any suggestions, advice that I could pass on to Ian, I'm more of a bow hunter, to be honest, which is a lot different than, rifle hunter or shotgun hunter. But I do know that one thing good about the rifle, that he didn't have to worry about leaving anything in the body. It was all straight meat. So that turned out pretty nice. If you guys want to see it, I can go get it out of the freezer. Because as soon as I got home, I re-washed it and everything else, and it's pretty good. I had to wash my hands twice because I was like wearing red gloves. I didn't have any gloves to wear, but it was a good fat squirrel, as you guys can. So it is very similar, but I think a little bit more fat on it there, Doug. Oh, I apologize. I apologize, Jason.
Yes, my favorite moose is chocolate. Tells you how long I've been in the basement.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. I really appreciate you for being understanding. But there's Ian's.
Oh yeah, I already saw it.
Not bad for his first squirrel.
Yeah, I made a comment on it on Instagram.
Okay, I'm not sure what a Havilon knife is. Do you know? I use my Mora to process it. So
any sharp knife.
well, this is good. Moras are good knives, you know. But like I said, I haven't processed a squirrel that big.
You'd be amazed what a good paring knife will do.
Yeah. You just missed drops. If you know drops, he was a little over the top, but that's okay.
Can I confirm nor deny?
I understand. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas, just to say
Merry
so.
Christmas to everyone out there. Yes, I am doing a lot better today.
You look like you're feeling a lot better today.
Oh yeah, Molly's not. She's a couple days behind me.
I can tell, but she was in here before you were.
Yes, I know. I was listening
and
eating my dinner.
Okay, when you process squirrel,
with my mom,
how do you do it?
Say again.
When you process squirrel, which in the same vein, rabbit, but I'm putting them in the same area, kind of thing, but because they're about the same size. How do you process it? I'm gonna have to look up a Havilon knife because I've never heard of that one till just now. Jason, you get my question?
She's coughing.
Oh, I understand. Oh, I hate knives like that. Ones with the replaceable blades. Ugh. I don't trust things. No, they're like knives, but the thing is, instead of having a fixed blade, they have a replaceable blade.
Yeah, that's for skinning.
I don't like those at all.
It's a surgical knife.
Ugh.
Basically what it is. Like I said, for me, for a squirrel, basically, I cut this the top of the skin on the back. I pull off the skin, and I also have a pair of Corona clippers. And
okay, what are those?
You know, the ones for pruning plants.
Okay, I just use the knife and my knife for this in my hands.
No, I usually just pull the skin off like a glove.
Well, I did that, but it took me a little while to. I mean, like I said, I haven't done this in over 20 years.
Yeah,
and my dad helped me do that, and he had a board set up.
Yeah,
to hold the legs in place where he did that way. He could use both hands. I was trying to do it one-handed. You know, one hand holding it down, the other hand peeling it, basically like a banana.
You can also do the tail one, but I haven't perfected that one yet. Basically, I just do the slit along the back, and I peel the skin off. I deglove it, like taking the glove off, and then I get down to where the tail is. I clip the tail with the clippers. Well, I'm telling you, this is the easiest way I found. And then you pull the skin down over the feet, clip the feet. Then you get up towards the front feet, do the front feet, pull it up towards the neck, then you clip off the neck with the garden clippers.
Okay, so
the only thing I found that's strong enough, better than scissors.
Well, what I ended up doing when I got to the point with the feet and the neck is, I put the blade on the head and stuff, or the feet, depending on what I was doing. and just used my palm of my hand, go like that, quick pop.
Mhm.
With the Mora, it went straight through it like that.
It's
My
also
boy, I actually,
outside.
we were using just a random 2x4 for the board because I didn't have a proper setup for it, you know.
Is this somewhere? I thought I had them here.
But Ajax says he's got a squirrel skinner thing.
Yeah, there's one out there. Actually, a couple of them.
I don't know where to get them though.
You can
He
make
says
them.
they said his friend's going to be 3D printing some, and if he does, I might try to buy one off of him. I guess.
The metal ones are the better ones. You basically you screw it up onto a big heavy like a tree. It's got a place where you can put its feet, its rear feet. Then you can just deglove it that way.
Okay, so because me trying to do it one-handed, my knee brace fell off in the middle of me doing everything because the weight I've lost and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't stand very well. And my hands were full of blood, so I couldn't attach my brace without getting blood all over it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, especially the squirrel blood.
the thing is, I was still warm. It didn't bleed too much. It bled out mostly
Yeah,
so
it's
it
just
wasn't too bad.
I'm
But
sorry to say that the squirrels do smell.
huh?
Squirrels do smell.
I didn't smell anything. It was just chilly enough. It was like around 32,
Oh, okay.
so it wasn't too bad. So, but the squirrel was warm. I could still tell you that.
Yeah.
But and I didn't have gloves to put on because I don't have any rubber gloves for that in order to get a grip on those or anything like that. But it took me about 20, 25 minutes to get it all done. Because, like I said, I'm trying to relearn something I haven't done in a long time. And but I got it in the freezer, which is nice, and it's got some good meat on it. Ian got a chest cavity shot on it.
He ruined a couple of the ribs, but
Well, the thing is, he's doing it with a 22 rifle. I think that's pretty good for a first timer.
I mean, there's not a lot of rib meat on the squirrels, but
I mean, it's mostly in their legs and stuff, mostly.
yeah, it's their hindquarters and their front quarters.
But we're going to be cutting it up and just eating it that way. And we're going to try to. Ian's going to try to go out and get some more, but he needs a 22 of his own, so that's on my agenda. Oh,
Did you use the LR or the air rifle?
my LR. He used my rifle.
How many rounds?
I think he said he went through 13 rounds because it was running. He got it though. It was a male. If you did drops, that's great. That's all I can tell you. I cannot disprove or prove that, so I don't know. If you did, I'm going to have to believe what you say because I have no clue. But he's got to clean my rifle later, so that's going to be fun for him.
No, he should have already done that.
Well, we just got home not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, the squirrel I got was pretty big. That Ian acquired, shot.
I'll be right back.
I can go get it for you if you guys want to see it. I mean,
Let me get some coffee. Hold on.
I had it rinsed off, and it's in a Ziploc bag, and it's in the freezer. It's not the prettiest of cleaning jobs because, like I said, it's been 20 plus years since I've done one. So I did it the best way I knew how. I know how to do rabbits better than I do anything else. Well, I'll go do it anyway. What are you watching? It's just not much. But sorry about it. It's frozen, and then it's, got a lot of moisture in there still. But for Ian's first one, I think it's not bad. My skinning and processing skills leave a lot to be desired. I know this, but that's about pound and a half right now. It could be a little bit more, but I'm not exactly sure.
How big
It's
is
all
it?
like, huh?
Okay.
Like I said, my processing skills leave a lot to be desired. I started at the head, working my way towards the tail, and as I got closer to the tail, I got better, if that makes any sense. Just remembering how to do it, being filtered back into my brain and everything. But Ian did good. That's all I can say. Well, we do have one groundhog here, Drops, and I have permission to take him by the DNR, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Somebody
But
else
I'm just
already
trying
got
to
him.
Huh?
Somebody else got him.
No, I mean, I've seen him in the neighborhood,
Oh, okay.
but not here.
Yeah, word got out. He's marked.
Well, Jenny saw him last here. So he has been back to our yard since he left, and he come back. I think he's got a route that he follows or something. But like I said, this is a couple pounds right here. So that's not bad meat. We just need to get more of it.
Tell Jerry I said hello. And Eddie I said hello.
No, but I mean, I've got a lot to learn, or relearn, I should say, because even my books doesn't say much about processing squirrels as much. They talk about big game normally.
Well, big game, small game, fish. It's pretty close to being the
That's
same.
true, Doug. It doesn't matter how big it is, as long as you can eat it, as long as it's not too small. I mean, unless you're going after like ground squirrels, and that's like those guys are tiny, and you got to get like 1,000 of them to get you got a meal out of those.
You haven't seen the ground squirrels in California, have you?
I was stationed out there for 2 years, Jason.
The ground
I know
squirrels
what they look like.
Yeah, they're big out there.
Yeah. But
I
the
know,
thing
I
is,
shoot 'em.
I mean, I'm just out of practice with with squirrels, because I mean rabbits just were a little easier to get because of the amount we have here in Iowa. And like I was telling Drops, a lot of animals here are corn fed because of the amount of corn we grow here. Have you gotten a squirrel this year, Jason?
Say again?
Have you gotten a squirrel this year?
No.
I know that.
I won't grab the squirrels from here unless I absolutely need to. Or if they're being a nuisance. Because remember, those are my emergency food supply.
My in-laws, my wife's mom and dad, they actually have walnut groves that they're growing on purpose, and which are basically like squirrel magnets.
Now, like I said, we save the squirrels here, for emergency. As long as they don't chew on the house, ruin any property, they're fine.
Well, squirrels can cause a lot of damage. We both know that.
Believe me, I do know.
Hey, you're the pest control guy. You know more than I do. But I do know they can get into the wiring, they can get into your house and really destroy your house up.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of that one house that someone opened up the walls and found all those acorns. I mean, they found thousands and thousands of acorns.
Yeah, like I said, the only problem here is the squirrels where I'm at are small, real small. I mean,
It could have been a chipmunk doing it. I don't know.
no, they're going to be dressed out. I might get lucky and get 10 to 13 ounces.
Out of a ground squirrel?
No, regular tree squirrel, gray squirrel. There's no ground squirrels here. They would drown.
Well, mine was much bigger than that, as you already saw.
Yeah. No, mine are small here.
We have big, I mean, like I said, things here are corn fed and, well, these ones are walnut fed because they're huge. And like I said, I've got picture proof of the size of this thing. And just like Ian's rabbit, that one actually dressed out about 2 pounds too. Just wish we could get a more frequent, acquisition of those. But
what you doing, Drops?
I don't know. I think he's annoyed with people right now. But
Oh, yeah. Okay.
for those people who hunt squirrel,
I'll be there shortly.
with the exception of Jason, I know he uses air rifles and Ajax. What else do you guys use to hunt squirrels and rabbits? I mean, I like using my bow because one thing, it's quiet. The ammo's reusable. That's another one. So, what do you guys use? And your techniques for both. I mean, my dad's favorite technique for hunting squirrels was sitting down and smoking a cigarette.
No, I was about ready to answer Took's question. The squirrels, they can cause a lot of damage. Rats can do far more damage than the squirrels can, due to numbers.
Well, I mean, we used to talk about squirrels. I mean, I've seen a lot of houses here in Iowa that the damage they get, that squirrels do. He's drifting, I think.
Yes, the nice thing is where Rob is, there's no limit or bag limit for gray squirrel.
He doesn't have anything, no reds or blacks there, does he?
The reds are dying off because of the gray.
So the gray are the invasive species.
Yes, they were brought over from America.
Okay. Well, as you saw, that Ian's got the red. I've gotten gray growing up, and blacks are around town. They're in
That one
city.
there
They're
looked
not
like
so much
it was,
outside.
gray with that one that you got looked like it was gray with a lot of red in it. Red squirrels are not very big.
I have no idea what that is, Rob. The two bricks. I have no idea what that means. My dad had a big 2x12 with nails in it. Is what he used to clean them.
Mm.
And he used a 410 or a 20 gauge for squirrels. Drops and Doug, please keep things civil, please. And for those people who are my moderators, please do so as well. Right now, the best hunters I know in here, besides myself, is you, Jason, and well, Scott's not here right now, but you and Ajax are my primary hunters here. Especially for small game, technically. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, my techniques are a little different than yours because both of you guys use air rifles a lot, but it's technically not too far off in the technique of the overall shots. If you think about it, with my bow or a 22 rifle, because it's pretty much similar too. The technique is similar. But the bows are a little different because you got to do more arcing and stuff. I actually have an item that I would use. Not, I'd rather use judo points, but you can also just use these with a bow.
A rabbit blunt.
Well, it's a blunt for small game,
Yeah.
but it will work.
Oh yeah, just the kinetic energy just drops them.
Exactly. So, no. So the thing is, I just the actual hunt part is the easy part. It's the part after that part is that I'm needing the practice on, and it's kind of hard to practice when you haven't got one to practice with. So you actually have to get a squirrel in order to practice on it. I can watch all the videos I want. Doesn't change on getting used to the hand movements. You know what I mean? The cuts to make sure you definitely don't puncture the bladder. That kind of thing. And that was like I said, that was one of the biggest, healthiest squirrels, other than being dead from being shot, I've ever processed. Huh? I'm sorry, Doug. No worries. I mean, you're fine. You're good. Don't leave. No, I don't have any issues with anybody right now. Okay? If I did, you guys would know. And Doug, you're already a moderator, so don't worry about it. You're on the, I guess that's.
Unknown.
I don't know. Today it's a little weird. I was just mainly came out to praise Ian, obviously, for his prowess of hunting and stuff like that, and things got a little over weird. That's all I can say. All I can ask is everybody be civil, everybody be nice, and just have fun talking. The chat will probably change to something else eventually, because it usually does.
Yeah.
Right, Jason?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many times we've changed topics usually in a night, but it usually changes all over the place. Now, when you guys, oh man, I'm using you guys as all those who do small game hunting. You got your preferred techniques. Do you guys try to call them in, or are you actually a sight hunter? You just do what you can until you see them.
Well, since I'm basically a nuisance, I'll bait them in.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I don't know if baiting is allowed here in Iowa.
Well, in certain conditions, you can.
For squirrels, I don't know. I don't know about squirrels.
Oh, squirrels, yeah, you just leave food out there. They're going to show up.
Okay.
Just make it look like a picnic.
Yeah, I understand, Doug. You're fine. You're good.
You'd be amazed what you can do with a bird feeder and a squirrel.
Yeah, I can imagine. Same. I've got well, imagine what you can do with a couple ears of corn and a squirrel.
Yeah, no.
In town, we have some big squirrels because they're corn fed, literally.
Everybody's feeding them, I know.
Exactly. But that's also the problem.
Every bird feeder.
Exactly. We have them outside in our our bird feeder gets raided by a squirrel in our front maple tree here.
No, with the nuisance with the predators, they just put traps out. Let the traps do the work for me. I just clean up.
We actually had our squirrel knock on the door, our front door with a storm door is. He goes up in the door, goes, which is funny as all get out when we have the door open. We're just got it for looking out the outside.
Yeah,
He's telling us that the bird feeder is empty.
Yeah. Yeah, Ajax, your squirrel's about ready to go into hibernation.
Well, when I first saw Ian's squirrel, I thought it was pregnant because I'm not. It was a fat squirrel, but it was not. It was a male.
Yeah, from what I've read up, squirrels do not hibernate. They go into a sub-hibernation.
And I do know that you could tell that they're around because you see they dig holes to hide their food.
Yeah. And the reason why they hide their nuts is to eat throughout the wintertime. But they don't go into a full hibernation. When it gets like super cold, they'll just, hunker down, slow their breathing rate, their heart rate, their temperature.
They're like humans. They don't want to go out in the cold any more than they do.
Yeah, but they won't hibernate the entire winter. They'll do quick little short ones.
That's true, Rob. They do provide a lot of replanting and diversity in plant life because of what the food that they bury. Now, unless they have a really good tree den where they can store their stores. I don't know what else to call it. In their nest, I guess. But, man. Okay. Dang.
Now, we had bird feeders out there in the past. They just shred them within a day.
Right.
No, they literally break them.
Well, when I first moved in here, on one of our trees was a broken squirrel feeder. You know, the ones that look like little thrones?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the throne part was broke off. It was just a board on the side of the tree. I ended up taking that off because it wasn't doing me anything good just sitting there like that with a board on the tree, besides looking tacky. But
it was just a board?
Just the board. You can see where it was attached because my dad used to make them and sell them when I was a kid.
The little L part coming out with the screw and put the cob of corn on there?
Yeah, they had like a little seat there and a little table with a screw in the middle of it and all that stuff.
Little table for one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ajax will catch that one.
Now, one of the things I would like to see, in a grid down situation, we know all of us who are in a more urban setting know that the squirrels in town will disappear pretty much overnight. For anybody who's any good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people won't know how to do that. Though I did hear about guy who was really good with a slingshot and taking down squirrels.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I forgot. He's got this squirrel wreck going on.
Yeah, I think that's what was going on in our area, too.
Yeah, they're up in the shag huts.
Because the one was rampant, the one that Ian got. So, Mac, what are you doing, bud? Oh, you got the bug? Okay, good for you. You snagged a bug out of the air. I hope you don't eat that. Okay. Now, how many squirrels would normally feed an average family? Does anybody know? We got a family of 3. I'm just counting that as our family.
2 each.
2 each? Because, even on average, I know my dad said you try to limit out.
Yeah.
And that's an average of 12 rabbits a day. I'm going to see what's the average here. I got to double this.
You got to remember, in a grid out situation, like you said, you don't want to be hitting the large game animals unless you're feeding a lot of people.
Well, that's what I do. I'm a small game hunter because
yeah.
I won't go for big animals unless I have no choice.
You don't have to hunt every other day, for sure. With the big game, yeah, you can every 3 days. The meat, before it spoils. You got to worry about that.
Okay. According to Iowa, 12 squirrels a day.
Yeah.
Per person. Per person.
Is that in possession or is that a bag per day?
Okay, bag limit. That's possession limit. Per person per daily is bag limit is 6. Okay. When you have 3 or 4 people, that's a lot of squirrels.
Yeah. No, I just wonder because sometimes in possession, you can have twice as much, like in the freezer, also on your person for just harvest.
So I'm assuming the squirrel that Ian got was a red fox squirrel, not an Eastern gray squirrel, because you saw that it was red.
Yeah, because
I think the fox ones are the bigger ones, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to be the real big ones.
That's why it was so big. It was a fox squirrel.
I don't remember getting a good look at it.
I can show it again.
You sent me a picture on it.
I said it. It's on the outdoor people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you can see that one. Now rabbits. One of the reasons we go for rabbits, daily limit is 10, with a possession of 20. So I mean, that's why we always go for small game, because you can get so many of them. But if you get a deer, unless you have a place to put it, a lot of that meat's going to go bad.
No, it looks like it's a gray.
It was red.
Yeah, they get red.
Iguana hunting. Okay, I heard about people doing that.
There's just a lot of red.
Well, actually, it depends on what Jenny wants to make it out of it, hun. They're saying an average 2 squirrels per person, unless we're doing it like a stew or fry up. What are we planning? What do you think?
Yeah, that looks like a gray.
Probably fry up.
Let me double check that one, because I mean I did the picture and stuff, so it's red.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the tufts on the ears.
But his tail is red.
Yeah.
His head was red too. They do intermix here.
Yeah, but like I said, you don't have the tufts on the ears to be a fox squirrel.
Well, I didn't really look. All I did was cut his head off.
I just know, the general gray squirrel is usually always gray. No, they do have variant colors in them, even black.
This is what Tyler just said. Had to grab a beverage. Okay. I don't do rice, Rob. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, rice is the perfect thing."
Yeah, not only that.
I'm not a fan of rice.
Now, is Took in South Florida?
I think he's in the southern states, but he didn't specify which. He could be
also good if they're not too far from like the Miami area. They can go right off the to the
well, let me take a look.
And you can get lionfish. Lionfish is a big delicacy too. People are paying big money to eat lionfish. Okay, yeah.
Where's he from?
Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay, so you and Doug are from the same state. I know where Doug's at, so I've sent him mail before. He's not too far.
Yeah, so I would call that one a gray squirrel.
We would call that a red squirrel, because I think it's a combo. They're intermixed. But like I said, I didn't do a down and dirty, because I didn't want to show the area where it got hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's proof that he got one. That's my main reason for doing that. Ian chose the pose, by the way. And yes, that's my rifle, not his. Okay.
Now, he needs to get a little G.I. Joe set up just like he is, so he can take the picture with it.
That would be funny. You got to be careful with the spines on lionfish, though.
Yes, the spines are poisonous. Yes.
We don't get a lot of lionfish here in Iowa, so I don't have to worry about it.
No. They prefer the nice warm waters.
No. I mean, I was going to say something. I lost it. Dang it! I had. Oh yes. there used. Okay, I'm not sure any of you guys remember when Kmart was around.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Kmart used to have a firearm section,
Mm-hmm.
and they had their own brand of firearms.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I may have to look it
Sears
up
and
on my phone.
Roebucks.
Huh?
Sears and Roebucks.
Well, this wasn't a Sears and Roebuck. This was a 22 rifle that my father-in-law's brother had sitting in his garage, and I have not heard of it until anything about it till today. It's a Squires Bingham Model 20.
Okay.
And the stock was beat up, but the barrel was clean on the inside. Little surface rust, but it takes a 10-round magazine. But I've never seen one before. Definitely never heard of one.
What's
But-
made by Stevens?
I don't know. I mean, I never, like I said, I've never heard of a Squires Bingham Model 20 before. But I found out that it is run, by Kmart. And I mean, it's not too heavy, not too, difficult. Just I've never heard of one before. But apparently they're decent little firearms. That's all I know. So if anybody knows any more about it than I do, I greatly appreciate the advice. Because I'm may or may not be offering my in-laws some money on it because they're not using it.
Remember, you still have to go through an FFL to purchase it.
What if it's a gift?
It's still a transfer.
Well, we have open carry here. We don't need licenses for things like that here.
No.
So,
It's the transfer of ownership.
well, they didn't transfer it from his brother to him. They just said here, handed it over.
If it's willed, it's a different story.
Well,
Because that goes to the lawyer.
his brother got it in his father's will, and it's now going to his brother, which is her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I am one of the few hunters in the family. Ian and I are the only hunters right now. So it's probably going to end up going to either Ian or me.
Yeah. The funny thing is, out of my whole entire family, I am the only one.
As far as I know, I have not had a chance to try it out yet. Like I said, I've never heard of a Squires Bingham till today. It looked, I mean, the stock it got dropped and chewed up a little bit. I mean, it wouldn't take too much down to strip it down, fill the gouges with like wood putty or something, stain it, sand it down, and varnish it. But the mechanical parts are still free and clear. It's got like a light dusting of surface rust. That's to be expected when it's been sitting in the garage for 3 years.
Yeah, it shouldn't even been out there in the garage.
Understandable. I agree. But taken apart, re-oiled, cleaned out really well, that's easy enough to do. With any firearm, you got to do that anyway. But
Is it the semi-auto?
it is.
Yeah, that's easy to fix.
It's a 10-round magazine.
Yeah, it's easy to fix for me.
I mean, the only thing is that it was a open sight with the bead thingy on at the end of the barrel, but that part,
geez.
the little part came
That's
off
old.
of it, and they put a screw in place.
So, what's in place of it?
A screw, small screw, but it still does the same job. It doesn't hurt it.
No, that's old if it's got a bead.
One of the other things it does have, it has a deflector
A deflector.
where when you pull the bolt back,
Okay.
it's got a little deflector because
Oh, well, is that old?
yeah.
Oh, well.
I've never seen one before. It's the first time I've seen one. But if it's a good cleaning and a good lot of little use to break it in again, it should be a good little firearm that would last 8 decades, if not longer. Because the worst thing you could do to it is let it sit and rot. Get it cleaned up, get it working, using it is the best thing for it. So, and it is an LR, so that's not too bad. I think Doug and Tuck is going to be hanging out more often because they're not too far from each other. They just realized, hey, you're not too far from me. That's a good thing.
In Florida terms, no, that's pretty close.
It's like Texas terms.
Yeah.
If it's under 4 hours, you're close. 4 hours is pretty much everywhere you can go in Iowa and reach the border somewhere. But yeah, like I said, I've never heard of the Squires Bingham, but like I said, it's a nice little thing. Huh?
Neither have I. If it's anything, it's probably similar to the what is it, the 1022?
I don't know. It just says it's an LR. It actually says it's an LR. According to the little deal with the serial number on the side of the barrel.
But it was at Kmart?
Kmart.
What year was it bought in?
I don't know. Oh, that's the only thing. I don't know any. I mean, I probably could go back and try to follow the serial number and go that route. I mean, I've only looked at it for like maybe 10 minutes tops, and I was just inspecting it, what I know. I shone a light down the barrel, and it was clean.
Well, that's good.
No gouges in the rifling or anything like that.
Were you able to count the lands and grooves?
If I knew what that was, I would probably have done it. But it looked nice and even to me.
Okay.
All the way down. No interruptions. That's why I knew, but there's no gouges in it. So now I don't know how free the magazine is and how it ejects and everything else without actually shooting it.
Anything else, yeah.
So that would need to be field stripped at the very least and cleaned. And I had my kit there, but he didn't want me to touch it. I could have got because I got some brake free would have worked on there, and some gun oil and things like that. I could have got it in very serviceable, shootable condition.
Okeechobee, hey, was it? I know a couple of fishing guys there.
So they're probably going to end up hanging out with each other apparently, because they're really close by. But
I haven't seen John in a while.
Who?
One of the channels I follow. I've noticed I haven't seen anything from them in a while.
If anybody knows anything about the Bingham Squire,
no, I don't.
Squire Bingham,
never heard of
22. Let me know.
Well, that's why I was asking. The lands and grooves are going to be like the part that makes the rifling on the bullet and makes it spin.
Well, like I said, I don't know much about it because I never heard of one until just now. Today. And one of the auctions sold it for like about $200.
So it's not super rare.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know that I don't know. This is the link to the site I just sold. This one was sold back in 2022, but it's got the pictures of what it is and what it looks like.
I gotta go to the other one.
I can't show it up here, so it's got a lot of good pictures, and it's just as rough as the one I saw. And you can see that deflector on there too. It does not have the over round cage part. That's a little different. I mean, it's like got two different pictures on there.
That's old buckhorn sights, still used today.
Well, that one, see, the one that
Oh, that's not a bead. That's a hood.
is a hood.
Yeah, it's a hood for the forward sights.
I don't know. This one didn't have it. The one that my stepdad has, my father-in-law has, does not have that. That's just what the one looks like. And I'm trying to find other ones, but
I haven't seen that. Jeez.
I think that part might have fell off and they put a screw in there instead.
That is a weird end on the end of that rifle.
Like I said, I just not like the one my father-in-law has. It's a little different.
Is the one you showed a picture of? That thing has been through, been to Hades and back.
The one that my father-in-law has got a lot of scratches and gouges.
Just like this
one. I mean, deep gouges. Would say for me, I would actually have to sand it all down. Bare wood. Actually, would have to put wood putty in the deep gouges, to then sand it down again, then restain it, then re-varnish it.
Yeah.
To make it look decent again, and that's not including stripping it down, breaking it down, and cleaning and oiling and all that stuff to get it where it could function again. But I am not a weaponsmith or a gunsmith or anything like that.
I wouldn't even buy that.
It's not a high-end gun. It is not meant to be. It was a plinking gun. That's all it is. Back in the probably 60s, 70s, when this thing probably came out.
This thing looks older than that.
I'd have to look.
Missing bolt handle.
They said about it was mid 80s, but some of them were made down in 1969.
I can believe 69.
Well, none of them were saying between 75 and 85.
Yeah, maybe, but no. Not with the one I'm currently looking at. That thing was just, I'm sorry, that thing was just so mistreated.
It was sitting in my uncle's garage for 10 years.
He said your dad said 3.
I said,
Yeah, this one here looks a lot more like the one that.
That one is actually easy. I can almost do that one with my eyes closed.
Okay, this one here looks a lot more like the one that
I love the Marlin 60s.
my father-in-law had. That one.
Yeah, the Marlin Model 60s are really, really nice.
But check out that one. I have a Marlin 795. That's
Yeah.
what Ian used, and I paid only $100 for mine. I got cheap, brand new.
You know, that thing almost looks like a slam bolt.
It does it does lock back like it's supposed to, and everything else.
I'm serious. It reminds me of a slam bolt. That is so funny.
Well, the thing is, it works. That's all that matters, right?
I know.
But that's what I mean. That one's actually a lot better condition than the one
Yeah.
father-in-law has. But I mean, but I think that end piece where the bead they put the screw in is where
Yeah, see,
something else was
that one there,
attached.
the hood is missing over the top of that.
Right. But the thing is, it still lines up with the front iron sights
Oh yeah.
and everything else. It locks back like it's supposed to. The safety works, all that stuff. Only thing I don't know is about the firing pin and that kind of thing.
Took. Do you know what year that is? On that Marlin. I hope it's older than the 89. Actually, no, older than 89.
Getting ready for bed, hon?
No, 95. Older
Could you
than
do me
95.
a favor? Turn the fan to auto because it's getting a little chilly in here. Oh man.
The early 80s, that's the good one. Don't give that one up.
I'll put it on.
Because right around about 95, Marlin actually sold out to, before 94. Because in 94, 95, they sold to Ruger. And all the gentlemen there at the Marlin plant sabotaged the equipment. So,
I heard a story about that. I don't know exactly what happened, but
because they got sold out and they got rid of everybody and
they
relocated
fired
all
everybody.
the tooling. Yes, they laid everybody off, took all that tooling, and relocated somewhere else for them, and they sold it underneath the Marlin brand. Okay, that's why anything for like 95 on until recently, none of the parts really fit kind of correctly. They don't want to slide correctly. It's really, really, really loose. I mean, the tolerances were not there, especially from like 85 to 95 to around about 2010. Yeah, so Doug knows about the Marlin Company then, because that's when they actually had the micro groove, um, was perfected.
Right. Well, mine came out in like 97. So it's no longer in production.
Yeah.
I had the chance to buy two, but I only had enough money to buy one.
So if you get a chance to get a Marlin before 94, and he is in excellent condition, and somebody doesn't know what they have, and they're just basically offing it.
I had a Marlin bolt action.
Yeah.
That's what I used to have. I sold it to my cousin.
Yeah, especially the tube fed. Those are the ones that they had working perfectly. So I had both the Marlin 60 and the the 981 or the 891. 981 was the bolt action, and I was able to hit golf balls with that open sights at 100 yards easy. I know it was hard hitting chickmunks at 20 yards. So I had to shoot above it because the way that the sights were, I had to hold over. So basically, I knew where it was. I did my holdover, and if it didn't move, I got it.
I'm not sure what year my bolt action was made, but I had it back in the 80s.
I
And
missed mine. They were both stolen.
say what?
Said I loved mine, and they were both stolen
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
back in the early '90s. Pretty much everything I had was stolen from me until I moved away from that hellhole.
Well, a lot of the things I do when I go thrifting, especially in places that I know that carry rifles that old, I always on the lookout for Marlins. I like them a lot.
Don't get them from the pawn shops. You go
No,
to
no. This one here was from a flea market. There was a pump 22.
Yeah, it's still risky.
Oh, I'm not saying just pick it off, take it in, load it up, and start firing it type of thing.
No,
You'd have to strip it down, make sure it's working properly before you do anything. But you got to do that with any firearm.
well, not only that, the barrel might be burnt out too.
I don't know.
But like I said, that's when it gets real iffy if you're getting it from places like that.
I don't know anything about that, Doug, because that's a
That I
little bit
don't
of my area of expertise. I am not a firearm guy. I am a bow guy who knows how to shoot. But I've just got really good aim.
I'm trying to remember which one the Marlin 94 is.
Like I said, I've got a 795, and I'm really happy with it. It's not too big, not too small. I mean, I've had the opportunity to possibly purchase a Henry AR7 model. So they sell one at the Tyson's here in town. But my main issue with those I don't like is the fact that the stock is really freaking wide, because they have to make room for the, when it breaks down and all that other stuff, which is kind of cool in itself. But you got to make sure when you put it together, you don't cross thread it. Sorry, folks.
Okay.
It is getting close to 10 o'clock, folks. I am getting tired. And we literally drove half a state to get home there and back again today. And my eyes are starting to burn.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry I took your slot because I didn't know if you were going to be on or not.
I was on
earlier. You weren't on.
I was on earlier.
Oh, I missed it because I was on the road.
Well, remember, I said I was going to be there midday.
Yeah, like I said, I am going to be heading out, folks. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it.
Good night.
You want it all. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Yule, Kwanzaa, whatever you follow, whatever it is, may be a happy one for you and yours. And I will hopefully see everybody tomorrow night at my normal time at 7 o'clock Central. I'm actually going to be talking about stoves tomorrow, that, something Doug was talking about, the folding stoves. So we're going to be talking about a little bit about those. So look forward to that. So be well, be safe. I love you guys all.
All right. Good night, all.
I'm out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.